everybody. This is Audrey Moore with the Audrey Helps Actors podcast, and this is episode 134. Looking to do some more self-tapes for Audrey Moore to see, so you can score some more opportunities. Today on the show, we have Nicole Pierce. Nicole is a second act actor-ish that you may have seen on Chicago Fire, 911, Magnum PI, or many other shows and commercials. She's also the winner of last year's Self-Tape May. Today, we're going to discuss using Self-Tape May to strengthen your acting weaknesses, reframing acting tasks that you have resistance to. Stick around for Nicole's commercial reps update. It's a doozy. All right, Self-Tape May. Self-Tape May has begun. 16 tapes, 1 month. Can you do it? Yes, you can. I am loving all these gloves. I'm loving the gloves. I'm especially loving the potholders as gloves. You know, let's get creative. Why not? It's an oven glove. All right. I have seen so many that I have loved. I've really loved the horror, spooky, creepy sides from Castability. I'm loving those of you who are taping with your children, either actually in camera and or your children do a scene and then you read and then vice versa. That is so fun. And I'm really loving you hitting the tone on these procedurals. I have to say, you guys are crushing tone. You are crushing tone. Sign up for free, selftapemay.com. It is not too late. Tons of people get started halfway through. It is not too late for you. If you finish 16 tapes in May, you will be eligible for the amazing prize package, including a year of Casting Network's premium membership. That's some solid money in your pocket. A session with acting coach Jeff Pride, a year of Castability, a year of Track My Auditions, Courtney Rue's The Mastering the Medical Role Workshop, Shannon Bill's Lead Role Energy 5-week class, and Slateable is donating a huge prize this year of a complete self-tape studio setup, including a tripod, backdrop, lighting, an iPad. An iPad, you say? Yes, plus 1 year of Slateable with new voice-activated reader, teleprompter, and recorded voice changer to help you rehearse and tape. You know, I just need some rehearsing. I just need a little rehearsal here, see? So sign up at selftapemay.com, do 16 tapes, and you'll be entered to the drawing to win all that, and you're going to be on the podcast. Huzzah! Reviews. We got some more reviews. Thank you to Auntie B, Best Gen Z, and P Band Jazz. PB and Jazz. Great. Love it. Thank you so much. Reviews make me feel like my husband just got home and he's like, I just went downtown and I bought you so much flowers. I know it's been a long time since I bought you a trove of flowers, but girl, you've been working so hard, boo. And I wanted some flowers all over this place for you to know how loved and special you are. And the flowers are gorgeous. There's everything. There's all my favorite kinds of flowers, all colors, all shapes, all sizes. And I just feel a plethora of love and delicious beauty and scent. Doesn't that sound great? Wouldn't you like to give me the feeling of my husband giving me flowers? Wouldn't that be just great? I would love it. So please take 10 seconds and go to ratethispodcast.com/Audrey. That's ratethispodcast.com/Audrey. This week's podcast is brought to you by Slateable, the Slateable app at slateable.com. Also, Castability app at castability.actor. And also trackmyauditions.com. That's trackmyauditions.com. All right, everyone. I hope you're on your way to an audition. I hope you're on your way to set because you booked it. Book it.
Audrey helps actors because they don't know anything.
Hi, Hi, everybody. I'm Audrey Moore with the Audrey Helps Actors podcast. And today we have
Nicole Pierce.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
How are you?
It's so good to meet you.
Oh, good to meet you. I'm super thrilled that you're here.
Yes.
You are a wife, a mom. You are a second act actor. Is that correct? Ish?
Yeah, ish.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So you are the winner of a random drawing winning for Self-Tape May 2025. Huzzah!
Woohoo!
Celebrate!
Very exciting.
Very exciting.
I hit
It was
the
your
jackpot.
first time?
Yes.
Just love that.
Yes.
I was so glad that when we picked you, because we haven't had a winner in the second act-ish world. And I want more voices like yours. I want more representation like yours.
Yeah.
I want to go over a little bit about your acting journey. I know you came from Cape Cod, read your bio, and it says that you sort of came from one side of the industry and then transitioned over to this side. I always like to know people's landscape. Are you union? Are you repped? What sorts of auditions do you get? So tell everybody a little bit about what you're working with.
I grew up on the Cape and I did a lot of musical theater. So I was in the music business. I spent a lot of time in music and I also worked in fashion. I was also Madonna's assistant during the pre-production of Drowned World Tour.
You guys, I saw that. We'll sip tea later.
It's amazing.
Okay, great.
I've been in the union since 2017. In Los Angeles, I have an agent and a manager.
Great.
And then I'm repped in Chicago, Hawaii, Atlanta, and Philly.
So tell everyone why you decided to do Self-Tape May and what was your impetus? How did it go? Any tips or tricks? What did you learn?
Almost every year, I've wanted to do it. And I've been scared.
What was scary?
Scared to not finish because I've been working on my perfectionism and I had to give myself permission to just play. And if I couldn't accomplish it, then I'd do some extra tapes that month.
Right.
And so coming from that perspective really helped me. And then, then you get some auditions and
Isn't
then
that
you get to
great?
mute those.
Yeah.
And then the number goes down a bit.
Yeah.
And honestly, even at the end, I just allowed myself to play with even smaller ones just to feel like, okay, I've got to get 3 more in, Actually, those are really challenging.
They are hard.
Especially the ones where you don't have anyone speaking lines to you and you got to create the world. So it was such a great exercise.
Great.
And also the memory work.
Tell me about that.
I don't want to energetically go to a place where I'm bagging on my memory. I just think the more we work on something, it's a muscle, the better we'll get.
Yes.
And so from the beginning of Self-Tape May to the end, it was easier.
Great.
In a short period.
Yeah.
Where you're just doing multiple a week and suddenly it clicks and you're like, oh, wait, that was a little bit quicker.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
which from other things in your life, right?
100%.
Like, that's the thing that I'm always telling people is once you understand that you can trust yourself to get better at things if you just do the work to put in the time, then it's just a matter of deciding that you're going to put that time towards the thing in which you actually want improvement, which is hard. It's hard because it's really humbling. And that gap between the enthusiasm of wanting to get better versus the actually getting better happening, that like scary, abysmal gap of frustration, that's not a place people want to like head right towards.
yeah, I think put the work in and it pays off.
Well, I've done so much learning about like our lazy brains that we have just like the laziest brains ever. Our brains are like, I don't want to. And you're like, hey, I need you to memorize lines faster. And your brain's like, no, I'm tired. And you're like, no, I need you to actually remember lines. And it's like, I'd just rather not remember things. And it just takes a little bit until your brain's like, okay. And then before you know it, it starts doing things. And the humility is part of the journey. And understanding that just like whether it's, for so many people are in yoga who are actors, the humility of the practice, right? Yeah. If you are a singer trying to grow your range, always really humbling because you're not there yet. You're going to crack. You're going to feel insecure. And setting a safe place for yourself where you get to just like kind of work it out without the expectation and the pressure of perfection. So tell me about your struggle with perfection and how it affects your acting practice and your audition experience.
It's something I'm really, as I'm aging, I'm feeling it strip away.
Good.
My word for the year this year is messy. So going through the process of I'm not going to be perfect, it's been really good for me.
Yeah.
And The truth is, some of the most beautiful moments are the ones where we mess up. And I spent years just like, why can't I get it right? And now I'm just loosening the reins a little bit, even with the lines. I know with television, it's a little bit different than, say, like an indie film, but just giving myself a little bit of room is casting literally with the script in front of them, watching tapes. No. So we need to lighten the load a little bit.
Absolutely. So you had said some of the mess ups were the most beautiful parts. Can you give me an example?
You know, I've noticed in my tapes lately that when I freeze, where I'm like, and then the line comes, there's something organic about what my physical body does to get the line. And back in the day, I would have hit stop and started from scratch.
Yeah, almost a willingness to be surprised.
Yeah, I just think I'm loosening up to the point where I don't want to pre-plan. Now, with that said, when I booked 911,
yes,
I had it completely choreographed.
Great.
So there are times when you're going to have to go to the body and go to the left and go to the right and grab something and, you know, and it's choreographed. And those are actually really uncomfortable because it's kind of like I had it all mapped out and I was petrified. I was like, this is the one that I don't want. And my coach said, you're going to book this one.
Yeah. Why? Do you know why?
He just said the world was built out so perfectly.
Does that mean environment, behavior?
The environment. Yeah. In the box, I think it was just, it appeared real. And I think that takes a long time too, right? Learning how to navigate your world. And, you know, I had this situation once where I was in an audition and I was a real estate agent and I was looking at the house. And the girl I was working with that day said, okay, I see that you're looking at the house, but where's the grass? Where are the bushes? Where's the roof? And I was like, oh, but taking in the whole environment, right? I mean, that's what brings it to life on the other side.
Absolutely.
That's all we got.
Absolutely. And tell me what you're mostly auditioning for right now. Is it commercials? Is it voiceover? Is it television? Is it co-stars? Is it series regulars? Like, where are you in the soup?
So commercially, I've been with the same agent for 8 years. I'm with DPN.
Great.
And
best of the best.
They are the best. And I would say let's look at last year, I maybe had 9. I think the year before I had 8, which...
Auditions?
Okay. Yeah. So it's been quiet. I have not had a commercial audition yet this year.
Oh.
And is some of it my age?
No, you got to talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. When's the last time you chatted with Jennifer?
A while.
See?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, maybe I should.
No, I know you should.
I should,
so my question is, why haven't you yet?
Well, I should. There's no excuse. You know, I do a lot of spiritual work.
Great.
And there's something about the surrendering and letting things happen versus being in a grip and trying to control. And I think with my perfectionism, there were years of just like gripping, just not letting it be. Yes. Yeah.
Push instead of receive.
So I think that would be the honest response, is vibrationally just trying to sit back and receive a bit. And so there's that line, right? There is that line. And sometimes it can get a little murky.
I love having this conversation. If we want to go like spiritual pushing versus receiving, how do you know when you're pushing versus when you are blocking? Because both are a block, right?
Yeah.
The push is a block, and then arms folded in front of you is a block. And so how do you take gentle, inspired action to be inspired, right? I love the saying, motivation is you pushing the world and inspiration is the world pushing you, right? So how do you set yourself up to be inspired to have a conversation with somebody who is in the position to get your numbers higher? And do you want your numbers to be higher? Because if you don't actually want your numbers to be higher, then that is pushing.
I would love for my numbers to be higher.
Great.
I have been very much like you with a TV focus. And it's everything I study. It's everything I know. It's all of it. So I think that commercial probably does need more energy. I do enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. And I will say, when I booked a national commercial, the money was lovely.
Money's great.
The money's great.
Super happy.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm interested in this block because here's what I want to say about Jennifer York, ladies and gentlemen. Jennifer York is the best of the best.
Yes.
Hey, girl, hey. So if you're not getting the numbers that you want to be getting, one of the best things about being with the best agent is the knowledge that if the auditions are there, you should be in the mix. And so if you're not, what is the actual reason?
Well, I do want to say an action step that was fairly productive, right? Was meeting with a commercial casting director friend. We met last year. And when I said, I've had 8 or 9 commercial auditions, is that normal? And she said, yes.
Totally get that. What I also love is more than one opinion to make an educated little bit of information. And so I'm always encouraging.
Go straight to the source.
And she really does have the numbers. And that agency is very good about being real with you.
Okay.
And if Jen says, I have been pitching you, your category is slow for these reasons.
Yeah.
She'll let you know. I mean, I had a year where I had gotten, 30 to 50 commercial auditions, and I was on Avail several times. And I had done my numbers. I had done my stats. And I looked at the people who booked. And what I do is, you guys, I super nerd out and give my agent a new annual report. And so I took all of the commercials I had auditioned for, and then I had a link to the actual commercial that aired. But to make it even easier for them, I had taken a screenshot of the face of the person that booked the job I had auditioned for in the commercial.
Wow.
So it's like, this is the person that booked. And in that particular year, which was 2 to 3 years ago, it was just a different category. It was a little bit curvier women that were booking. And that was great. So many things about that were wonderful. One, please God, more representation of more body types on our screens.
Absolutely.
2, that's beyond my control. And it was such a consistent thing that I could really go like, okay. And so I even had lunch with my agent 2 to 3 months later, and we were talking about my work. And she said, well, you sent me that report. You saw who's booking. And I was like, yeah, I saw who's booking. And what I realized was, just like anything going in style, out of style, right? You know those jeans that fit you really well and they're just not quite in style. And then one day they come back and the style comes back. And that's just like actors. There are going to be trends, and sometimes they're going to be pointed right in the center of a trend, and you're going to pop, 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 pop. And sometimes you're going to be on the outskirts of a trend, and you're maybe not going to pop. Now, there are age ranges that tend to pop more at certain times and less at other times, just like hairstyle, just like body type, all of those things. That's real. But you know who has that information? Jennifer York does. She sure enough does. And she's staffed up, she expanded her staff because Jennifer York does so well. She's expanded her agent staff. And if not Jen, then the people that work for Jen will also hop on a call.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Oh, I was voted best ideas in junior high school.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my God, so good. So one thing that I highly recommend, if you feel so inspired, is a very light and gentle, and just feel in your body, because you can feel in your body the difference between pushing and allowing, right?
Absolutely.
So when you feel like it's an allowing impulse, email Jen and just say, hey, I wondered if we could schedule a phone call, 5-10 minutes, just to talk about my audition numbers. I know you're the best of the best. And I just want to check and see about my audition volume. And what, if anything, I can do to get my numbers up.
Absolutely. I love it.
Simple email, right? Because you are affirming you're as good as it gets. So if the auditions come in, I know you got it. So
I'm not questioning whether or not
she's qualified.
And whether or not I'm being submitted. So that's the
Right.
other thing too is, sometimes you'll say like, well, I know I'm being submitted, but does the agency have the relationships? My agency has the relationships. So I'm not questioning whether or not I know I'm being submitted.
Great. So then there's some sort of discrepancy occurring between you being submitted and then your numbers being low. Because 9, I have to say, is low.
Yeah.
I know your category, and I know people that are getting way more than 9.
Yeah.
When is the last time you took a commercial kind of class of any kind? Ooh, see?
I knew you were going to ask that.
See, you knew.
Yeah. It's been a while.
So I took my first one in over 10 years this last year. And girl, I cannot believe the things that have changed. And I'm taking this class. I've taken it twice now. And I'm like, wait, what? This is me in class. I have a question. We're not trying to be the funniest anymore? And they're like, no. Is that true? It's not about being the funniest anymore? And they're like, no. We're not doing product advertising anymore. We're doing product placement. And so the product is no longer the star that we're like holding out to be the star. It's now just in the shot. And we're telling stories about people really living real lives. And then the product just happens to be there. I have been trying to be the funniest for like the last 5 years. And so for that not to be true has been not only revelatory, but also that's what I do in my theatrical work.
Exactly.
I just tell the story.
Right.
And so for that to be the thing in commercials, I was like,
yeah. Ding, ding, ding.
I'm just like cheering for those of us who haven't been in class for 10 years because like I know how to do commercials, which is true, but maybe a little bit of the competitive edge is being taken off the table because we're not as sharp in like what's happening now as we maybe could be. But wait, Nicole, wait. I have to interrupt you. This update from Nicole is brought to you by the Slateable app. Are you sick of asking your partner or your friends to read with you? I mean, come on. Trying to link up schedules, you got to rush it through. You're like, I don't want to take so much time. That's how we all sound in our heads. I don't want to take up so much time. You might just want to get introduced to the Slateable app. Slateable 4 lets you rehearse and record tapes with a virtual reader that listens and responds, and then put together the finished video, slate and all, in one app. Its rehearse feature is a new way to get off book inside the app, highlight or black out your lines. Also has some first letter line learning tips and tricks to show you how to use the first letter of each word. You can learn by ear, loop the scene continuously. I love looping a scene continuously. Like, let's just drill it, you guys. Let's get it on drilled. Okay, there's an auto reader feature that listens to you finish your line and then responds like running lines with a real person. OMG. Never robotic sounding, matches the performance you choose with your reader. TG. You guys, TG. Love it. So that is my recommendation. Go to Slateable.com or download the Slateable app and use promo code SELFTAPEMAY26 for 1 month of free premium. Perfect timing. Perfect timing for Self-Tape May. This update from Nicole is also brought to you by TrackMyAuditions.com. Unlimited audition entries, including, if you want to, you can add your workshops in there. You could add your castability scenes in there. You could just add whatever analytics you want to add, you can add. Character analytics, discover the types of roles that you go out for the most and spend less time guessing. You want feedback, you got to build it. They will come. It's easily shareable with your reps, with your acting coaches, anyone that you want to like send a report to, which, I love. What is Track My Auditions? It's a little website that you can use. It's just like the easy way to track your auditions. I love it. I can't tell you how much my nerdy little chart graph seeking heart is dying for Track My Auditions. One click, you can import all your spreadsheets from the past. So if you've already been tracking your auditions, you can do it again. You can do these word searches. You guys, I don't know what to tell you. It's just super fantastic. Go to trackmyauditions.com. Use code Audrey25 for 25% off. We're also going to do in June, you guys, we're going to do 6-month stats. We're going to do 6-month stats. We're going to do track my auditions, 6-month stats. It's going to be really great because we should be checking our stats every 6 months. June is a perfect time because fall episodics haven't started yet. There's no commercials auditioning yet. So you want to spend June looking at your analytics, and then you want to do it again in January before everything starts to get busy. Go to trackmyauditions.com. Use code Audrey25 for 25% off. Okay, call us with your questions. 667-ACTOR-70. That's 667-ACTOR-70.
Hi, Audrey. Hi, Jesse. This is Nicole Pierce. I just wanted to do a little follow-up after our meeting and when we covered commercial. Just a few weeks later, not even, I was dropped by DPN. I was talent there for 8 years. And so I think I'm still processing all of it, but I thought that I would share with your listeners in ways I dropped the ball. And Audrey, we covered this. It had been a long time since I'd taken a class. I had asked about headshots, and Jen had always said she had what she needed, but I think I knew I needed a shoot specifically for commercial, so I could have done that. I also could have initiated more relationships, correspondence with casting. I could have gotten some private coaching. I could have put some energy into my commercial world that I have done in my TV and film world. So there are things that I could have done. I just wanted to say it was a sad day because Jen at DPN is number one, the best, and it was such an honor to be repped by them for all these years. And when I started getting so few auditions, it was on me to go and get a meeting and send an email and just some action steps. So I just wanted to share that with the community. Maybe there's something here. You know, we shouldn't be fearing reaching out to our reps. We should be very comfortable saying, hey, this isn't looking like what it normally looks like or what I think it should look like. Can we get together? Can we get on a Zoom? Can we, email back and forth? Do you have everything you need? Just some action steps. So just something for your listeners to think about. Thanks again for being so great. And yeah, I hope this helps.
All right, Nicole, I love that you sent this update. I love it because you know what? What a beautiful act of generosity for us all to grow and learn. Because, when we were talking, you were like running the math and we were like, something's not mathing. And so I love if you're an actor who is in this place where you're like, I'm not getting auditions, I'm not getting opportunities. What can I be doing? I'm scared to talk to my reps, or what should I be doing? Take this lesson and do some actions, do some soft and gentle actions even, just to get yourself a few more opportunities.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Okay, so that's commercials. Tell me about theatrical.
So theatrical, I've had 10 auditions this year so far.
2026?
2026.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I've had 2 in Atlanta, 1 in Hawaii, 5 in LA.
Okay.
1 in Chicago, and 1 in Philly. So my local markets, if I didn't have them, you'd see my number would be way down.
Yeah, but 5 for 3 months still isn't bad.
Pretty good.
I would say if you're auditioning once a week theatrically, that's
amazing.
Really good.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're auditioning in the contraction then, half of that time, then I would say yeah, that's good. I think 5 is a good amount of numbers.
Too. Yeah, I had 1 last week and 4 the week before.
Great.
So that was it kind of came in all at once, as it does sometimes.
Right.
An ideal would be 1 a week. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice if we could just spread it out for some evenness?
That's right.
And so then I guess my question is, what kind of acting experience do you want in your life? And then what sorts of fun, interesting, curious things can you add to your life that will help blossom and grow whatever that experience is from acting that you want?
One of the areas that you've always promoted that I don't necessarily do is the marketing research. And I do think that could be helpful for me to start looking. The market research could be helpful.
I would love to talk about that because even as the words market research comes across your face, it's a little bit like you're touching slime. So let me ask you this question. What can we do to help you shift market research into being a process of maybe curiosity, exploration? Because one of the reasons I really love market research, and for people who maybe don't know what market research is just understanding where you might easily be bought and sold as an actor, as a product, which has ickiness on it. And so I'm sorry that has ickiness on it. And I want to acknowledge there is always the product, which is its own thing. And then there's the marketing of said product, which is a different vein. Whatever company we're talking about, the commercials, the packaging versus the product itself, those are separate entities. The beautiful thing is they're all actual creative processes. And when you can start looking at it as a creative process, like you're like, hey, I want to put a restaurant somewhere. And I'm like, what kind of restaurant? And you're like, I don't know, I like cooking. I'm like, okay, but what kind of food specifically? And you're like, I really love making cookies. And I'm like, thank God, Los Angeles has horrible cookies. Please, where are you going to put your cookies? And you're like, anywhere that will take them. And I'm like, okay, but where maybe is the best place for your cookies? And you're like, well, I was thinking about selling my cookies in Chicago and my cookies in Hawaii and my cookies in Philly. And I think probably the best place to sell my cookies is in Los Angeles. And I'm like, okay, but where? And like, what kinds of cookies? Because there are a lot of kinds of cookies. And then you think about it, you're like, well, I really like chocolate chip cookies. Great. Love chocolate chip cookies. Do you make good chocolate chip cookies? Sometimes. Okay.
I'm following your lead. Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's just like, if you knew that you loved making cookies and you knew that Los Angeles makes terrible cookies, which is true, by the way. Can't find a good cookie anywhere. No, I found one good cookie in Los Angeles. Then you're like, oh, I have something of value to add here.
Right.
Given the resources I have of time, energy, and money, what kinds of cookies do I want to make? How much time do I want to spend making them? And who do I want to sell these cookies? And who do I want to know that my cookies exist because they're looking for cookies?
Right.
They want to gobble them up all day, all the way. How do I target those people so that they know I make an outstanding cookie? If you were going to open up a cookie business, you would do that research.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, you would.
You yourself. Wouldn't you yourself do that research?
Yes.
Because it doesn't sound easy to open up a cookie industry in Los Angeles.
Right.
It's a lot of work.
That's correct.
Right? So when it comes to acting, market research is just going, okay, who am I generally? I am a female or female presenting, depending on who you are, actress living in Los Angeles, age range
40 to 50.
40s to 50s. Great. Slim athletic build.
Sure. Thank you.
Sure. Brunette.
Olive complected, but on the darker side.
Yep. And then tell me about your vocal tone.
Deep voice.
Deep voice. And is it hard to listen to? Is it pleasant to listen to? What do you know about your vocal tone?
That's so interesting. I'm sure for some people it's very interesting, and for others, they might not be able to stand it.
I think you have a very pleasant vocal tone.
Well, thank you.
I think you have a welcoming, pleasant, lovely vocal tone. Because some people, this is their vocal tone. And then I have friends, their vocal tone's up here. That is a different casting. It just is.
Yes.
Living in Los Angeles, do people that look like you, are they part of the storytelling landscape in the stories that are told in Los Angeles? Meaning, do people that look like you end up on television for the shows that are filming here about Los Angeles?
I think so.
I think so. Do you know so?
Well, I watch a lot of TV.
Great. And when you're watching TV, are you watching things that film in Los Angeles?
Absolutely.
Great. And when you see someone that looks like you, what do you do?
I mean, definitely I have looked them up. I mean, I'm on
Great.
IMDb Pro a lot.
And what are you
when I'm
looking
watching who their reps are,
Great.
their credits, their headshots,
Great.
wardrobe,
Great.
hair.
Great. You're looking for like, how are they packaging themselves? Who are their sellers?
To Botox.
Yeah.
Or not to.
To Botox or not to Botox. Very real in this. I say this publicly. I get Botox for my migraines and I don't want to go further because I want the character to continue to show on my face as my face continues to show. That's my casting though. I want everyone to know that's Audrey's casting. Nobody is hiring Audrey to be cute. I am adorable. On camera, they don't make that choice for me. And not only is that okay, I love it. I embrace it. I think it's great.
You're always crying.
I'm always crying and I'm always, we'll call it relatable. Audrey, she's a relatable casting and I'm here for it. So all market research is looking at the shows that you are not currently on and seeing if there is a possibility that you could be on it. And if there's a possibility that you could be on it, how many roles per season do you feel like you would need to see in order to feel like, yeah, I should be on that show?
I don't. That's probably why I need to do market research because I don't really know. I mean, I think I watch and I feel a vibe.
Yeah.
If it's a little darker, if it's showing some age in the face, if it's dark-haired people,
Sure.
I don't know. There's a vibe where I'm like, oh, this could be for me.
Yeah, because if we're going to be practicing intentionally, my motto for this podcast season is do the hard work, don't just work hard. Because I find as big as the resistance is as big as the growth is on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, the headshots, for example, right? I decided to completely strip myself down and barely any makeup, show my dark eye circles.
Love it.
Which historically have always been touched up. And so it's a very perfected face historically. And I'm like, I just don't think that that's serving me. But changing my photo on IMDb to something that shows my age and my eyes, that was not easy.
And also that is the courage that I'm always talking about. When it says like, do the hard work, it does take courage because it means doing something that makes you uncomfortable first. And also sometimes maybe isn't going to work out. I think your photos are fantastic. I'm just here to go on record that I think your photos are fantastic. I looked at them and I was like, I love these photos. I love the outfits. I love every single thing about it. I thought you did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
My question to you is, what are you going to do about this market research so that it is more fun and more playful and rewarding and satisfying in its approach? Because I have no doubt that once you get in, you're going to find it rewarding and satisfying once you get into the work, but you're having a resistance about getting it started. So what are you going to do so that you have that playfulness and curiosity and no big deal, let's just see what happens in the approach to the market research?
I think it's just not avoiding it and just doing it. So maybe I take my auditions from last year and I start there and I just go in and or even just take 10. My last 10 auditions of 25.
Great.
Just go in, look it all up. I mean,
Even you could do one show. You could take a show you haven't been on. What's a show you haven't been on yet?
Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds. You could take Criminal Minds, the most recent season. Go on to the IMDb Pro page of the most recent season. You don't have to watch the shows. And just look for yourself. Just look for yourself. Who are these girls? Who is getting in for Criminal Minds?
Well, even if you think about The Pit, I've auditioned 7 times.
Sure.
The woman that booked the last one, I mean, just as something so small, but I'll just say, we're both tall.
Yeah.
This person was very petite.
Love.
I don't know. That's interesting. Did she get it because she was smaller to Noah Wyle and that they wanted that?
Maybe.
Who knows? We don't know.
You'd have to
But I can't make myself petite.
You can't. And also you'd have to look at the scene and ask yourself, story-wise, does that visual do something specific to the story dynamic? You see, what I love about you being so tall for the role of Gloria is that you can look him straight in the face.
eye. Yeah.
And then we have a power dynamic that cinematically on camera is very powerful. If you haven't watched the Ron Howard Masterclass, I highly recommend it. But it's just this power dynamic of one person to another person face to face, looking each other in the eye. Very powerful image of conflict on film, right? So if you cast somebody who is 6 inches shorter than that actor, that's one dynamic. If you're 6 inches taller than that actor, that's a different dynamic. And if they have a visual idea already, the director of how they want to shoot it, and they want to shoot it with a high conflict visual of straight on, eye to eye, adversary v. adversary, right? Then the director may say, I want somebody who's as tall as him, so he's looking them in the eye when this conflict happens. But then you got to know a little bit about story, you got to know about visuals, you got to know about cinematography, filming, all those sorts of things. But it's not just, they cast somebody short. They cast somebody short because fill in the blank. Or maybe they didn't cast, maybe she happened to be short, but the reason she got the role was because she told the story in this other way that was good. And did you miss the mark on that? Is that something
I did actually watch her, and I watched my tape.
Great.
Right then. I paused it.
Great.
And went to my Vimeo and looked it up. And for what it's worth, it was fairly similar.
Great.
It really was.
And it could be as simple as visual. And all I ask you to do is consider what is the visual and why, if you can tell.
Yeah.
You know, okay, really good. But wait, Nicole, wait. I have to interrupt you.
Help me. I need some help.
And now it's time for listener questions.
I'm so scared.
This listener question is brought to you by the Castability app. Use Castability to make self-tape May easier this year. Do you want free sites? Boy, do I got them for you. Record scenes using original copy-free material, built-in teleprompter and in-app reader. Record up to 4 scenes per week all month long. All completely free. My favorite price, free. Frizzle free. Practice real scenes. Get real feedback from casting director professionals. Dynamic performance dashboards where you can just I love graphs, trends. How you doing? Where are your strengths? Where are your weaknesses? Sharpen your instincts and strengthen your audition strategy. Also accountability, which is huge. A lot of people thrive on accountability. Stay consistent with streak tracking and in-app self-tape goals. Go to castability.actor. Use code 063652 to get pre-launch access to the app. That's 063652 to get pre-launch access to the app. Call us with your listener questions, 667-ACTOR-70. That's 667-ACTOR-70.
Hey, my name's Benny in New York, and I just had a question about how do you, as a person, target the shows in your region? Because it's easy to maybe read the trades, keep up with what's happening, and even be aware of what's airing on TV on a regular basis. But how do you really tailor your work to saying, okay, well, these are the types of roles available on these types of shows. I want to be especially well-suited for an audition that may come in that's maybe a snippet from the show or a page from the show. And I guess the question is how you find the resources for that, the scripts, the size, where are things like that available, especially with Showfax now being retired. How do you just get a sense of what the writing that is being produced right now in your area looks like? Thank you.
I love this question. So Nicole and I talk a lot about market research, and this is the best thing to do. So the best way to do market research is just to look at shows that are currently shooting in your area and shows that have recently shot in your area. Maybe your particular market is going through a contraction, like most markets, but we'll use New Mexico as an example, whose production I think is something like 25 to 40% down, something like that. So that's a huge contraction. However, it's going to go back up because that's what happens. Things go up, things go down, things go up, things go down. And you can take a look at previous shows and previous movies that have shot in the area because mostly things stay the same. New Mexico isn't likely to suddenly get huge in multi-camera comedy. However, they do a lot of Westerns, anything in the Breaking Bad franchise, anything having to do with aliens. All of that's in New Mexico. And so you can take a look at things that are previously shot in New Mexico. You can watch them, and then you can work on those things in specifics. You're going to have to transcribe them. Often you can do something like just Google Breaking Bad pilot PDF, and somebody has already uploaded the Breaking Bad pilot as a PDF attachment, and then you can actually work on the actual material and start to get familiar with those showrunners and creatives who work in specific markets very consistently. That will be my biggest recommendation if you're trying to just work on stuff that you're going to be auditioning for. Also, a lot of the casting directors in your area, in your market, they do workshops. I recommend doing something like that. You can get access to sides and practice material from them. If they have been currently casting a lot of things in your market, then they are going to continue to likely. And they probably have a really big library of things that are current and relevant to you right now. So that's another thing that you can do. Lastly, if there's something that you want to work on, just ask your rep if they have any pilots or sides or things like that they have available to them of things that have already aired so that you can work on them. If you are a actor with a solid resume and a lot of trust with your representation, you can even ask for things that haven't aired yet. My manager sends me scripts every week. I get probably 10 scripts a week, and I read them every week. And that's how I stay on top of what's happening right now. So it just depends on sort of where you are in your level, but those are all viable solutions. Good luck. I hope you book it.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Do you have any social media anywhere anyone can follow you?
At Nicole Pierce Tyo. It's NicolePiercetyo.
Wonderful. Do you have any questions for me?
Okay, my question for you is, since COVID,
yes,
when they started really doing less co-stars,
yes,
now we're in a time where there are a lot of constraints budget-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that you're seeing less co-stars in general?
What I'm seeing now is far more co-stars, less guest stars. Almost no top of show.
Wow.
What's happened is we've gone to a writing structure where it used to be, for procedurals in particular, you would have somebody would, find the body, or, no, they're dead, or, I can't believe this person's missing. Scene 1. Scene 2 is like, I'm not sure what that was. Did you check their cabinets? I'm not sure what that was. What about their mom? So that actor has a scene 2. And then the final scene is, you're right, I killed them because they stole my shoes, right? So that's what's called the top of show guest star. So they're the guest lead for the whole episode.
Yep.
Okay. If you watch a show like The Rookie, if you watch a show like 911, you watch a lot of these shows now, it goes more like, we go to this person, get information. Then we go to this person, get new information. Then we go to another person, get new information. Then we go to another person, get new information. So essentially everyone is now at best one day guest star, or depending on who your agent is for the same role, co-star. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing happen. Now, it is true that all the series regulars who got fired from their jobs because we have a contraction of 50% of production across the board, everyone's like, film isn't happening anywhere, whatever my market is. I just want everyone to know that's across the board. I don't care if you're in London. I don't care if you're in Vancouver. I don't care if you're in Atlanta. I don't care if you're in Los Angeles. Cut it in half, 50%, okay?
Wow.
So all of those actors who had shows, now all those actors are vying for the same guest star spots. And the guest star actors who have heavy guest star credits are now looking at whether or not they continue to vie for those same spots that the series regulars are now also vying for, or do you start auditioning for, quote, large co-star roles?
Right. Or the recurring co-stars.
Anything like that, right? So those are decisions that are happening. In general, I would say co-star role volume is up.
Oh, that's really good to hear.
And any mildly interesting for us?
Well, what's your mildly interesting?
So we have a heated toilet seat. It is especially happy. I will say, Once you have sat your butt down on a heated toilet seat, all other toilet seats do seem like they're missing a little bit of joy.
A little something.
Little
something.
Little something to just make it a little bit more enjoyable, you know? And what's yours?
All right. Well, there's a brand called Native Botanicals.
Oh, great.
And they're liquid smudge sprays. So anybody comes into your space that's negative energy, gone. Yep.
I've got a lot of people I could smudge.
Bring it in your bag.
Smudge them
Bring
out.
it in your bag. Smudge it out.
Jesse
it
already knows who they are.
Really good. Yep. It's family owned. It supports Indigenous family owned and operated businesses.
Oh, outstanding.
Yeah.
I just love that.
Yep.
You have a daughter who's 15. Any words of information to the women out there and men who are on the struggle bus of parenthood, trying to juggle parenthood and acting career?
We're all going to fuck up our kids and they're going to need therapy.
I just think that's the best answer anyone could give.
Yeah, you got to just do the best you can and you got to prioritize and you got to choose yourself because when a kid sees you choose yourself, they're inspired by it. It's not always, I hate to say it's not always choosing them, but it's asking for help when you need help. To be here today,
yes.
My daughter had an ear, nose, and throat appointment. I had to go through all of the channels to get her grandparents to be able to take her.
Yes.
But I did it. I wasn't going to not do this.
Right.
So we choose.
Yes, that's right.
Is it going to be a shit show and nothing that needed to be said was said? Who knows?
We're going to find out together.
We're going to find out. But I'm here.
So fantastic. Okay, that's what I have. But if there's anything that you feel like left unsaid or untouched or that you want to go over some more, any words of wisdom or encouragement for Self-Tape May participants, anything like that, I'll take it.
Again, it's just a reminder to have fun with Self-Tape May. And if you don't finish, it feels amazing to finish it. And any tapes that you do are wins.
Absolutely.
So just have a good time. It's not about perfection. And procedurals this year, right?
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for coming on. I know this was a drive. Thank you for scheduling your daughter's appointment and getting somebody to take her. And thank you for driving all the way up. It's just a real pleasure. And I hope I see you at a meetup or something soon.
I hope so.
Yay.
Bye-bye.
Next week on Audrey Helps Actors, we have Liz Ho, real Elizabeth Ho. Elizabeth Ho acts. That's her name. Lizzie Ho. She says ho as in a ho bag. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Listen, she says it, not me. She's the one who always says it. That's not coming from me. That's coming from Lizzie. Okay. Thanks so much, Nicole. I really loved our conversation, and it was so great to have you on. I think it's going to be such a beautiful episode for everyone, so thank you for your generosity and your time and your thoughtfulness. This episode was mixed and mastered by my favorite arc writer, Thomas Snodgrass. Nobody's more talented. Produced and edited by my second favorite arc writer, Jesse Lumen, still so handsome. Why? Show music by Ari De Niro. Theme song by Aalok Mehta and 108 Hill. All right, everyone, don't forget your towel, and I hope this is a day full of happy surprises.